Welcome back to Fired Up Garage. We're going to have a quick video here on how to change the battery in your Dodge Key Fob. So you'll get a warning light on a lot of the cars now that tells you that the battery is dead, but you might notice some other things that happened before that time. In our Durango, what happened to me was that it was not locking and unlocking from a distance. It was losing some of the driver settings, those kind of things. It was doing that for a little while before I actually got that warning on the dash. So how do you replace one of these? It's pretty simple. All right, so we've got our Dodge Key Fob here, and you may not have known this, but there's actually a key built into this, an emergency key here. So we're going to press the button that releases this key. And you can also see it exposes two grooves at the top. One is where the key came out of, and one is actually how we're going to open this. You can choose to open it with your key, or you can use a screwdriver in there, whichever way you prefer. So I'm just going to use the key here. You actually kind of put it in at an angle like this. If you do it like at the very top, the point is just going to, kind of chew up the plastic. So I'm going to do it at a little bit of an angle. It just pops that open. Once I pop the key fob open, you'll see that inside we have the battery here. And so we're going to go ahead and replace it with the 2032 Energizer, which we have a link to if you want to use that one. But the battery is sitting in, it is oriented in one way, so you have to make sure that the positive side is down. The positive side's down right now, the negative is up. One side of your battery will show you the positive symbol. So we remove the battery. You can see the positive sign down there inside of the key fob. There's also a plus on this battery showing us that those were matching, so the positive side was down. So when we open up our new battery, you'll see that on your new battery, you've got a plus on one side. That side has to go down. And you see the little metal clips in here. So they're going to make a connection. So you kind of take the battery, you slide it in from the side so that it doesn't sit up on top of those. It actually comes in beside them. And once we have the battery in, you just make sure it's nice and flat. At that point, this snaps back together, but you can just kind of check and see. This one has a little bit of dirt along this edge, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean some of that dirt out of there. And then you just place the top back on the bottom, and try not to press all these buttons as you're doing this, but you can press along the hard edge here, and you're going to snap it back together. You'll see that the groove comes together. You can tell when it's put back together because you won't see this big gap anymore. So I squeeze it all back together. Now there's no more gap along there. And then the last part is to go ahead and slide the key back in. And we're done. So battery is changed in our key fob. Now we'll get that range back. We'll get all those functions back that were lost along the way as the battery was dying. So thanks for watching. If you have other things that you want to know about maybe you have a Durango or some other Chrysler product, you can check out our channel. We have lots of videos on here on some interesting things. One being how to change the center console out in the second row of a Dodge Durango. We know that that's a big question that people have all the time. Thanks for watching. Keep firing them up.